We have 5 days to get to Chile before our 90-day visa for Argentina runs out. It's a long and very hot drive from Mar del Plata via Bahia Blanca and Neuquen to Las Lajas, where we spend our last 2 nights in Argentina before crossing into Chile over the Paso Pino Hachado. After spending a couple of nights in Lonquimay, we finally enjoy cooler weather at Salto Princesa.
So now we're heading towards Miramar, and it's absolutely jam-packed here. There's cars, and cars. This must be minimum 1,000 cars on a stretch of 500 meters.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. It's a really nice sandy beach, a wide beach here.
Take the first exit to Havana.
We're now leaving the coast and we go inland towards Bahia Blanca. Very cool water tower in Miramar. This is the other side. At the moment we have 36.9 degrees outside. So we're on route 88 towards Necochea. Looks like we're heading into the clouds, which we're actually welcoming. It looks a little dark, but hopefully it's okay. Because it's too hot, we need some shade. So we're in this stormy weather now. It hasn't rained yet, but the temperature dropped 10 degrees, more than 10 actually. It looks a little dark, but it's a relief from the heat at least. So now we hit a bit of the rain. It's all coming from Helen's side, but she's got to concentrate. Plus our wipers are a little dry. They leave some stripes behind. So we have 18.4 degrees outside. This is a temperature drop of 18 in half an hour. It's halved. Yeah. So we're driving through the area that was hit by the storm about a month ago.
In December last year, the superstorm cell crossed central Argentina. Gusts of more than 140 kilometers an hour, torrential rain and hail the size of a fist caused damage in Bahia Blanca and parts of Buenos Aires. 13 people died in Bahia Blanca when the roof of a sports arena collapsed, and even now we can still see the extent of the damage. The wind must have been horrendous. We can see a lot of destroyed wind turbines, mangled street signs, houses without roofs, and a huge amount of trees on the ground. On the eastern outskirts of Bahia Blanca, we pass this completely destroyed building and can only hope that nobody got harmed here. Terrible.
We are in Bahia Blanca and it's whopping hot. It's 32 degrees. We just got some propane at the planta and we did look for a shady spot to have a coffee and cake because we're hungry. And this is perfect here. This is under construction obviously, but we're not the only ones that park under here. You get a bit of a breeze and there's shade. Superb. So, doors are open too. One's putting on the coffee. Life is good under the bridge. Have you ever thought about staying under the bridge?
Is that the next film title?
Yeah. It's not Into the Unknown anymore, it's staying under the bridge.
It's under the bridge.
Under the bridge, exactly. But coffee and cake is nice, and we're not even sweating. It's a perfect spot, isn't it? This is the Rio Negro in Choele Choel. We've parked next to it. It's really peaceful here. We parked maybe 50 meters away from the river under the trees here. There's a campground in the distance here and right around the corner, but it was 8,700 pesos, and just for the night it was a little bit too expensive for us. So we're near Neuquen. We finally left the pampa and did some different landscapes here. So life under the bridge is number 2. We're getting used to the life under the bridge. It's just way too hot. We've got 35 degrees again, and we're near Villa Regina. So we decided to stop for a coffee before we hit the traffic in Neuquen. We tried at the YPF across the road there, but there was no shade. So now we're under the bridge. We're driving through Neuquen, and the temperature shows 42.8. And that's on our shady side. It's Saturday afternoon and it's so boiling hot. Alan has to run the second motor fan once in a while to keep our engine cool down. Yeah. It is just way too hot.
And we've got stop and go with traffic lights all the way.
Of course, our car hates that.
It's so hot that we really can't do anything but drive all day. There isn't much to see along the way anyway, but the roads are great, and so we drive until sunset before finding a suitable place to stop for the night.
Driving into the sunset. We are less than 50 kilometers away from our night spot in Zapala. We're on our way to Las Lajas. It's getting hillier and hillier, and the roads are not the best. You can hear Helen going.
Yeah, because we've got we just have to see how it goes. It's like every now and again you get dips.
Yeah.
I'm looking at holes in the road and I have to try and look at windows. All that crap there on the right hand side.
It's a good job. Helen is such a good driver. She did 1,200 kilometers in the last 2 days.
Yeah.
2.5 days. Getting closer to our last destination in Argentina, and in the next 2 days we're going to cross the border. In the distance we see mountains with snow on, although we have way over 30 degrees down here. We're at the municipal campground in Las Lajas, and it's a really, really nice place. We're hooked in, there's a clean shower, toilet, they even have a dump station, and there's today lots of space. Yesterday it was fully packed here with people that are coming for the day, but they also have a lot of shade, and we're here for 2 nights. Each night is 8,500 pesos, which is roughly I don't know, $7, something like this a night. There's Vinny 2 under the trees, and the campground is right next to the Costanera and the river. So this is the beautiful river here in Las Lajas, and I've been in there every day because we have a heat wave right now with 37-38 degrees in the shade, and it's nice and refreshing. It's not very deep, just about to your hips, so you kind of sit down and let the cool, refreshing water run over your body. It does help to survive in this heat. Really nice place here. So today's the 23rd of January. We have 3 hours to leave Argentina. For the first time since we've been actually traveling in South America, we're going for the full time in a country. It's 51 kilometers to the border. We should make it. It's very, very hot, 37 degrees Celsius outside, and we can see the snow on top of the mountains in Chile, but they're a lot higher than we will be, so it's going to be hot there as well, but not quite as hot as it is here in Las Lajas. crossing. It took what, 15 minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes.
20 minutes, that's pretty fast. Now we have 12 kilometers before we get to the Chilean side, but we decided because it's a little cooler here. What is it? Only 31 degrees. Because we're at 1500 meters, so we're trying to find a coffee and cake spot because I bought some cakes that might not be allowed to get past the border post. So we better eat it up. So we found a nice spot on the side of the road and a cold breeze is going through the motorhome. I'm going to check the temperature in a minute, but look at these cakes. Our favorite lemon meringue pie or whatever it's called. And this one is something with blueberries and I don't know. We will try it out. The barista is in the kitchen to make the coffees. And all doors are open. Well, this is the Chilean border, but we have lots of obstacles in the way. This is a big herd. In the background, we can see volcano Lonquimay in the haze. I think it's a slight protest. They're all gathered over there. This guy had to wait too. These guys are big. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, get out of our way. What are they looking for? Is there something on the streets? The way is free to get to the border.
Ingreso obligado.
Obligado, yeah. We have to go to the right. So we need camiones, we need autos straight ahead. Past the Chilean border within, what was that, 15-20 minutes as well?
Yeah.
It wasn't really long. And it was easy, very nice people, very efficient. So all in all, it was probably just an hour to cross the border here. Very nice landscape and very easy border crossing. Nothing was taken from us, so all good.
We didn't have anything for them to take.
No, they even allowed us to keep the rest of our milk and yogurt. So perfect. So just after the border it goes steeply down. This rock formation is called Piedra Blanca, the white rock. And now the sun's on it. China Mall in Lonquimay. We expected a food shop, but this is all stuff that was obviously sent from China, and it's totally unexpected. We might need some new plates. Oh, these are paper. Is it paper? Yeah, paper. Oh yeah, that's all paper and plastic. Very colourful though. So we actually found something that we need. We need a lid for our frying pan. So we buy that one, 4,200 Chilean pesos. So surprisingly, we found a few things to buy. It's totally unattended, unexpected. And they're about to close here. So what did we buy? We're going to buy a lid for our frying pans and an egg cutter.
Because ours doesn't work anymore.
No. Super. So we're leaving Lonquimay and we're heading for a waterfall place tonight. This looks like a nice kind of religious mural. There's a huge snowfield up there. We wish we would be up there because we have 33 degrees Celsius. But over in Las Lajas on the Argentinian side it's 41 today. So maybe we are doing well with 33. So I just looked it up. This is most likely the Cuesta Las Raíces. It's like a comb. It's not the volcano. The volcano must be at a different area. Yeah, we're still in the construction site, but we're going into a tunnel in a minute. The 6th longest in South America, or Latin America, I was told. Straight 4,500 something meters. And it goes straight through a whole mountain. We have to pay a peaje for that one. So this is the peaje for the tunnel. It's a one-way traffic apparently, and we might have to wait while we have this big bus in front of us. So that was 400 Chilean pesos, which is less than 50 cents. So that's not a big deal. And let's see, 4,527 meters, 350 wide, 410 high. I have no idea when it was built, but apparently it's a unique thing. It's definitely one way, and it's straight, absolutely straight. And I really, really don't like tunnels. But it's nice and cool in here, isn't it? Gonna have to take her sunglasses off. It is kind of spooky because there's lots of water in here, and also the other ones ahead of us are racing through this tunnel. We can't even see them anymore, and Helen is going almost 60.
I think that's the speed limit. I don't know, I doubt it's more.
Yeah, but it's not very wide in here. 3 meters 50 is, we are 210 or something. So
235.
and there is definitely a gap on either side of us, so you don't really want to go off to the left or the right. You're gonna hit the wall. So we can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
The ones behind us are a long way back.
Yeah, because they had to we did the peaje. That was really, really just straight on. There we are. And there's already a queue waiting on this end here.
We're not the
There's
last.
a barrier. Okay, they have to wait behind the barrier.
There's more cars coming.
So here it is, Lonquimay. Really nice spot just before the bridge to the Salto Princesa. But we're hungry, we're going for a meal first. We know the other side, we've been parked up there many, many years ago. And it's a little leaning on that side, so we're happy with our spot.
Salto La Princesa is about 25 metres high and the result of a slope formed by columnar basalt structures. The short gravel road from the highway is easy to drive, and the entrance to the waterfall is free. In addition to its natural beauty, the creation of Salto La Princesa also comes with a Mapuche legend of love and tragedy. A young Pehuenche couple decided to jump off the cliff because they were being persecuted for their forbidden love.
This is nice and cool here. There goes Helen with our evening meal. We entered the restaurant and it was officially closed, but the lady was so nice to give us something para llevar. And now we're just gonna snack on it. It's a pollo sandwich. Unfortunately, we have to go for some packaging here. We wanted to eat in, but they're closing the door, so that was the only option. But here we go, something to eat. We're starving. Holy crap! It's a bit messy to eat. There's a lot of avocado and mayonnaise in there, but it tastes good. And because we're starving, we don't mind anyway. What's the verdict?
Very good.
It is, isn't it? So we decided to go for a digestive walk to the top of the waterfall, but it turns out to be really, really, really steep. I'm not so worried about going up, but I'm worried coming down. This looks like ass over tea kettle here. It's quite a hike up here, and it's still hot. We're doing the little obstacle course. We already said we need to do more exercise in the next 3 months. Really beautiful flowers along the way here. There's a root from a tree sticking out here, but I can hear bats. I'm pretty sure. So we're trying to find the top of the waterfall without taking a dive. We couldn't really see it. There's too many branches, and to be honest, this ledge is just a little bit too dangerous to get too close to. It's like 50 meters. You want to check how cold the water is? Is it cold? Is it freezing cold?
That's very cold.
Okay. This is really refreshing here. We almost have the place to ourselves now.
We could go for a swim now, but the water is way too cold. So we just get 2 buckets filled, dump the icy water into our washing up bowl and cool down our tootsies. Heaven.
We are parked still by the river, and it's been a pleasant sound all night. Sounded a bit like our heater.
It's been running all night.
So
It's weird.
Helen's preparing breakfast like she does every morning.
Yeah.
We always have fruit, oats, muesli and yogurt. And looking out that way, you can see the bridge that leads to the waterfall. Very nice spot here, really, really beautiful spot. And we're in the shade. Helen's going the real healthy version with her seats and everything. We're sweating buckets because we came up quite a steep hill, but now we reached the top and we've got a great view on, we believe it's volcano Lonquimay. Not quite sure though. Looks like it's actually steaming out of the top, but it's just clouds.
After our sweaty morning hike, we need another cool down. Salto Princesa is in the sunlight now, and we encounter a path on the left-hand side that leads right behind the falls. The spray is very refreshing. We could stay here all day.
that easy to get to it though. Gotta climb a little bit.
Because of the heat in the interior of Chile, we decide to head over to the Pacific coast. Our first stop is the small town of Carahue, famous for its many steam engines. Afterwards, we spend a fantastic time at the small port of Neuquen, a fairly unknown paradise in Chile. Only a few kilometres south lies the interesting harbour and inlet of Puerto Saavedra, where we meet a young couple that invites us to stay with them.
Once is with Mariela, Damien. Mariela's parents.